What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Various, and today we have a special video. Today we have how come nobody ever apologized to Michael Jackson. So I did react to an old video about Michael Jackson's past and his brother's past and stuff like that. But a lot of you guys said that it was very inaccurate, and one of you guys recommended this video to me. So we're gonna be checking this video out. Let's see how accurate this is.
Example number 1, the vitiligo revelation. In 1993, during an emotional interview with
Okay,
Oprah
I've seen that
Winfrey,
in the
Michael
video, I think.
revealed he had vitiligo, a condition that caused his skin to lose pigmentation. This wasn't just a random statement, it was a
Bruh, the crazy thing is I don't really know too much about Oprah, but I seen a crazy YouTube short or like a TikTok where Oprah Winfrey asked Michael Jackson this disturbing behind question. It was like, "Are you a virgin?" I'm like, bro, you're Oprah. You're like a billionaire, aren't you? Like, why are you? I mean, I guess she wasn't a billionaire back then, but like, you're Oprah. You're like a 50-year-old lady. Like, why are you asking a young Michael Jackson? I don't know how young was he. I think he was roughly in like his 29s, 30s. At least it looked like he was in about his 30s. But you asked Michael Jackson, are you a virgin? Like, why? Like, what does that have to do with you? It's none of your
deeply
business.
personal confession about a health issue he
It,
had
I
no
thought, I
control
just
over.
thought that video was
But
crazy.
instead of understanding, the world doubled down on its cruelty. They called him a liar, accused him of bleaching his skin, and ridiculed him endlessly. Tabloids made him their
Can you
favorite
believe this guy?
punchline, painting him as a man desperate to erase his
That's
black
crazy.
identity. Here's the kicker. When Michael's autopsy report was leaked after his death in 2009, it confirmed he had vitiligo. It was there in black and white, undeniable proof that he'd been telling the truth all along. But where were the apologies? Did the media retract their years of cruel headlines? Did his critics admit their mistakes?
Ain't
No.
nobody ever
Instead, they
apologized for
moved
that.
on to the next story, leaving behind a trail of damage they never sought to repair. Example number 2, the relentless media bullying. Michael Jackson wasn't just criticized, he was bullied. From the moment he transitioned from child star to adult artist, the media made him their target. Every aspect of
What
his
comes with
life
the
became
fame?
fodder for headlines, often with little regard for truth or decency. Imagine opening a magazine and seeing yourself described as Wacko Jacko, a term
Wacko
that's now
Jacko,
widely
Backo,
acknowledged as
what the heck?
racist. Imagine reading claims that your nose is falling off or that you're living in a hyperbaric chamber. This wasn't harmless gossip, it was a
Is this true? Did they really have Wacko Jack? That just sounds kind of iffy. I don't know the meaning or like the meaning behind Wacko Jacko, but it sounds like they're trying to call the person crazy. But that's
campaign
crazy.
of humiliation. And let's be clear, if this kind of treatment happened to another
Michael
celebrity
suicide drama,
today,
Liz
the
fights to save
backlash
him.
against the media would be swift and
Jacko's
unforgiving.
Michael and Max Shocker. Jacko's own story. What the heck? People really scrutinizing a man like this?
But Michael, he never got that protection. Instead, the ridicule continued even after his death. So why hasn't the media been held accountable? Why do they still use terms like whack?
What the heck? So this was popular. Celebrity pedophile dies? Wacko Jacko heart attack? What the heck?
Jacko when reporting on
This
him,
is
knowing
great.
full
I
well
hope that's
how offensive
AI.
and damaging it is.
I know
Example number
Wacko.
3, the Leaving Neverland debacle. In 2019, the so-called documentary Leaving Neverland showed Michael Jackson in a very bad way. But here's the thing, the entire
2000 what?
Neverland showed Michael Land debacle. In 2019, the so-called documentary Leaving Neverland showed Michael Jackson in a very bad way. But here's the thing, the entire narrative fell apart almost immediately. One of the accusers claimed abuse happened in a train station that didn't even exist during the time he mentioned. The documentary's director admitted this glaring timeline error, but by then, the damage was done. Celebrities and the media had already rallied behind the film, ignoring the fact that the accuser's previous cases had been dismissed in court for lack of evidence. Even as the mistakes kept adding up, no one ever apologized. Sure, some people quietly returned to supporting Michael, attending his musicals or covering his songs, but how many of them publicly said, "We were wrong"? The truth is, admitting they were wrong would mean confronting their own biases and complicity in tearing down a man who was already broken. For many, it's easier to stay silent. Example number 4, the baby dangling incident.
Baby dangling.
In 2002, Michael Jackson made headlines for an incident in Berlin where he briefly dangled his infant son, Blanket, over a hotel balcony to show him to fans.
What the heck?
The media erupted, accusing Michael of endangering
Jackson, I made terrible mistakes holding my Jackson. I made terrible mistakes holding my son over 50-foot drop. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Like, I'm never gonna tell y'all like that is kind of. I know you're trying to show your fans, but there's no way I'm taking a baby and I'm holding a baby like above a 50-foot drop, like right above that. Like I know we trust ourselves and stuff like that, and we know we're not gonna drop the baby, but don't even take that risk.
His child. What the headlines failed to show was the context. Michael later explained that it was an impulsive act driven by excitement and that he'd never intended to harm his child. Still, the narrative was set.
I know
Michael Jackson
I
was
know Michael's intention was probably good. Like he probably was just trying to show his kid, but yeah, like I guess because I know a lot of you guys have commented that Michael never had a childhood, so he was like a kid at times as well. So I guess that's like the kid in him. Oh, let me show my kid, even though he's like a grown man, but like let me show my kid. Like I'm excited to show you all my kid, but it's understandable.
an unfit father. The
Yeah,
backlash was relentless. But here's what's interesting. Other celebrities have done far worse without facing nearly the same level of scrutiny. Michael's actions may have been unwise, but they
yeah,
were hardly
it's for sure
malicious.
unwise.
Yet the media treated him as though he'd committed a crime. Did anyone ever retract their statements or acknowledge that they'd blown the incident out of proportion? Of course not. Example number 5, the 1993 allegations. In 1993, Michael Jackson faced one of the darkest moments of his life when he was accused of child abuse. This was the first major allegation against him, and it sent shockwaves around the world.
Jackson used the Exorcist film to scare me into bed. What?
The case never went to trial. Instead, Michael made the difficult decision to settle out of court. At the time, he explained that he wanted to avoid a long and painful legal battle, especially for the sake of his health and career. But years later, Michael admitted that he regretted settling because it created the false impression that he was guilty. What many people don't know is the disturbing backstory behind these accusations. The boy's father, Evan Chandler, had a questionable history, including extortion attempts. Even more shocking, years after Michael's death, the boy, Jordan Chandler, came forward and revealed the truth. He admitted that Michael Jackson never sexually abused him. Jordan said his father had forced him to lie, manipulate.
That is sick, bro. Dude, having your kid to lie just to get a few, not a few. You probably got a couple millions, but bro, like, are you not human? Do we not have morals nowadays? Like, what the heck?
Him into making the
That's
false
wrong.
accusations in the first place. Despite these revelations, the media never truly corrected their mistakes. They had spent years portraying Michael as guilty, feeding into sensationalism and public frenzy. Did any of the news outlets that spread these lies apologize? Did the journalists who contributed to tarnishing Michael's name ever step forward to acknowledge the harm they caused? Sadly, the answer is no. This tragic chapter of Michael Jackson's life serves as a powerful reminder of how damaging false allegations can be, and how the truth can remain buried under the weight of public opinion and media bias. Example number 6, the Pepsi commercial incident. In 1984, Michael Jackson was at the height of his career when a horrific accident changed his life forever. While filming a Pepsi commercial, a pyrotechnic malfunction.
I seen this in the other video. It's the one where it completely burned through his scalp. I think we seen brain matter. I don't know if it was actually Michael Jackson's like head, but
caused
the
his
other
hair to
AI
catch
video
fire,
showed like brain
resulting
matter
in
and
second
everything.
and third-degree burns to his scalp. The incident was not only physically excruciating, but also emotionally devastating. Michael's injuries caused long-lasting pain that he dealt with for the rest of his life, leading to his reliance on prescription medicine to cope with it. The accident itself was widely reported at the time, but what often gets ignored is how the media exploited Michael's suffering in the years that followed. His use of painkillers, which started as a medical necessity to cope with his severe injuries, was repeatedly framed as a sign of personal weakness or an addiction problem. The media focused on his story, calling Michael a troubled person instead of someone struggling with the effects of a traumatic event and severe pain. Pepsi, the company behind the commercial, never publicly apologized for the accident, despite the life-altering impact it had on Michael. To make matters worse, the media never took responsibility for perpetuating harmful stereotypes about his health struggles. Instead of showing compassion or understanding, they chose to sensationalize his pain, fueling a narrative that followed Michael for the rest of his life. Example number 7, the 2005 trial. The 2005 trial was one of the most publicized and grueling legal battles in history. Michael Jackson faced accusations of child abuse once again, and the media wasted no time in turning the trial into a spectacle. For months, they portrayed him as guilty, sensationalizing every detail and feeding the public a narrative of guilt before the trial had even
Wacko Jacko is a sick and twisted must-see TV. Bro, what the heck, bro? I'm not gonna lie, that That is wrong. You're calling somebody out of their name, Wacko Jacko, making him seem crazy. Then the person gets his head burned by a Pepsi commercial, and I hope he sued Pepsi, got like millions and millions of dollars off that lawsuit. Cause bro, you're telling me it's to the point where your whole head is burning and you're suffering from second and third degree burns going past your subcutaneous. Like, oh, that's just insane. I'm not gonna lie. And then people are just publishing these articles, still just scrutinizing you years later.
Reached a
It's
verdict.
crazy.
But when the verdict finally came, the truth was undeniable. Michael
Imagine how
Jackson was
anybody would
acquitted
feel in
on
that
all
situation.
charges. The jury found him not guilty, with several jurors later stating that the evidence presented against him was weak and unconvincing. The case was based on weak and unclear stories, but the media made it seem like Michael was definitely guilty. Despite his
pisses
complete
me
acquittal,
off.
the damage to Michael's reputation was devastating and irreversible. The same media outlets that had spent months tearing him down didn't show the same energy in reporting his innocence. The headlines announcing his not guilty verdict were small and buried, and the retractions for the months of biased coverage? Non-existent. Apologies from those who had publicly vilified him? Nowhere to be found. This trial wasn't just a legal battle, it was a turning point in Michael's life. While he had won in court, the relentless negativity and sensationalism of the media had taken a toll on his spirit, his health, and his public image. It's a painful reminder of how the court of public opinion, fueled by media bias, can leave scars even after the truth is revealed. Michael Jackson's life shows us how powerful media can be, both for good and harm. For years, false stories, prejudice, and lies shaped how the world saw one of the greatest artists of all time. But this isn't just about Michael, it's about accountability. If the media and his critics could ruin his reputation without facing any consequences, what does that say about our society? An apology might not undo the damage, but it would mean admitting the wrongs that were done. It would be a small step toward justice. So why has no one apologized to Michael Jackson? Is it pride? Fear? Or just the refusal to admit they played a part in hurting someone who wanted nothing more than to spread love and hope through his music? Here's the truth. It's never too late to do the right thing. Michael's legacy deserves honesty. Even though he's no longer with us, his fans and history deserve the truth. Acknowledging what happened wouldn't just honor Michael, it would remind the world to do better.
Oh my gosh, this video was kind of a hard watch. I'm not gonna lie, just because I don't like seeing people, I don't like seeing injustice, and I don't like seeing people get done wrong. And it sounded like he was getting done really wrong. Obviously, I don't know how credible this video is. Let me know in the comment sections, please. Because what's it called? The channel page, I think it was called MJ Forever or something like that. So I'm guessing he's gonna obviously have some type of bias towards Michael Jackson. So if there was any like victims actually really hurt, like if Michael Jackson was guilty for something, please let me know in the comment sections below. Because right now, I'm gonna be honest, I know it's probably biased a little bit just because they're a Michael Jackson fan page, but bro, it just sounded like he was getting done wrong by the media. And I know how the media can be. They're gonna scrutinize you, and then negativity sells as well. So somebody's gonna make hella money off of posting something negative about you. Oh, you are worded somebody, just a whole bunch of random accusations. And then if that accusation that comes out to not be true, if they post, oh, you're the most perfect person ever, this that wasn't true, it's not gonna sell at all. People love seeing negativity, and it's something that we all just got to work on and change ourselves. Sorry for my little ramble or my little yap session towards the end, but let me know in the comment sections what do y'all think of this video. Is it pretty accurate? And let me know what other videos y'all want me to react to. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.